Welcome, Chris.
Thank you for having me on. It's going to be a fun conversation.
Totally. So you seem like you do it all. Can you give us a quick snippet of the real estate portion of your business, how you tie it all together, the markets that you serve, and your clientele?
Yeah, so my real estate business really turned into a lot of friends and family connections that kind of grew and scaled beyond what the original scope was. So we serve the communities of really Southern California, so anything from Los Angeles all the way down to San Diego. But we're pretty broad. We follow a pretty big nexus of relationships all across the country. So we have partnerships everywhere, and we have a growing franchise in addition to that in Oklahoma. And shortly, in the next couple of months, we'll be opening up a physical location in Texas as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, two booming new markets. Post-COVID, people coming from all over. That's awesome. So why did you come to Homestack to develop an app for Black Crown, one with your branding and branded to your agents? Why was that important to you?
I came to Homestack for a multiple, really important set of reasons that just got more and more important to our brand as we got involved in the process and we started to really understand it more. One of the things that I knew right away was I can only leverage so much of my time. As the intro kind of suggested, I got a lot of things going on, but more importantly, a lot of our agents do too, right? A lot of our real estate agents and a lot of our team, some people are doing it part-time, some people are doing it full-time, some people have families and they have all these responsibilities. And the app gave us a singular point of contact to really work through with clients. It was really fragmented and schizophrenic. You had some people using, very popular websites. We had some people using very popular apps and they were setting their own alerts. And to having that all managed in our ecosystem wound up being just a massive time saving. But I think the reason we started down the path was because we realized that in a meeting in the office, we have our all hands meeting, we do it, a couple times a month. And I looked up and everybody was on their phones. And the more we started researching the tendency for people to be on their phones and the frequency, it turns out the overwhelming majority of people these days are now searching for things on their mobile web browser. And owning that piece of digital real estate on their phone, having that icon there, really gives you a leg up on your competition because now you're the app on their phone they go to for their real estate needs. They think of you that way.
I think the stat is like people look at their phones northwards of 100 times a day. So that seems like it was an aha moment for you guys.
It really was. And I'll tell you that as the pandemic hit, one of the things I think we all saw was social media platforms really took off because people were really ingratiated into the phone even more so than they had been before. And it was almost like their escape from reality. So, again, having that app experience and having the ability for someone to easily get to access something. When you go to a website, you have to click on the link that you want to find, or, maybe it works for your phone. Maybe the mobile experience is good or whatever, but having that ability to have that and still offer a high level personal touch where they're going, okay, you know what? Chris is my realtor. I'm going to work with Chris and he sees what I like and it's just him and nobody else is getting that information. And I'm not worried about, getting lead calls later on. It's just the people that I trust and know. It builds that rapport and gives them a comfort level that we really couldn't get. And during the pandemic, we saw such a massive just increase from that benefit that it was just really unexpected.
Yeah. So how important is the security side of the app for you and having that security for your clients, that their data is not being sold like on Zillow or Realtor, or, all those companies?
I would say that the security side for our clients is huge. I mean, we deal with a lot of high net worth individuals, a lot of celebrity clients, and my goal is really to keep them off the radar to the extent that I can. So if you're somebody with a big name or you're somebody with a high net worth status and you go to Zillow or Redfin, you're just going to get slaughtered by people who now have access to your public information. And a lot of people don't know this. You go onto those websites, even if you fill out some information and you don't hit send, they still collect your data and they still sell it. And that's part of the terms of service with them.
That's crazy.
So we use the app in two ways. Number one, we obviously use it as a communication point. And I think with the new chat feature you guys have just rolled out, it's going to really it's going to take it up a notch that was completely unexpected for us. And I was hoping this day would get there because now it gives us an end-to-end communication point where it's not in text messages, it's not an email, it's in an isolated app. And the other part that we use it for is education. I like to explain to people why we have it and educate them on how their information is sold and traded on the secondary market without their knowledge. Most consumers don't appreciate, if you're not paying for that service on that website, you are the product and they are selling you.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. And we love your social media and your real talk and how you are educating people on this other side of things. So that is like so interesting to see, that you're keeping it real and you're putting it out there to people on your social media. So how do you tie your app together with your CRM, with your Lion Desk, and defragment things and bring it all together?
So as I kind of referenced earlier, one of the key issues for us as a company was time management, because in order to scale and grow a company to the size that we can aspire to be, and I think all of us aspire to be, you need to be able to really leverage technology in a way that's productive. Having the app in and of itself wasn't really enough to get to where we wanted to go. So one of the initial conversations I had with Homestack was, their ability to integrate with different platforms. And what was crucial for us to leverage the technology was the Zapier integration.
Yes, love Zapier.
It's such a wonderful tool that I think most realtors are intimidated by because it has a technology aspect to it, or spin. And it's really algorithmic, and they're like, oh my God, this is scary. If you can say, if this, then that, you can actually use Zapier, because it's all you're really going to do is Zapier is going to say, if you get a lead, then what do you do? And you can choose where to put it on your CRM. So we've automated the entire process, and we've actually taken that relationship which we started because of Homestack and taken Zapier, and we use it on our website. We use it on, our email campaigns. We use it on our text message campaigns.
Oh, that's so cool to hear.
So now if you sign up for our app, right, it'll go straight into our CRM. It'll go straight to the real estate agent that's responsible for them, that they selected, or the link they clicked. And then they get a welcome text message from you, the real estate agent, without you having to do anything, saying, hey, I'm happy to see you downloaded the app. I'm here to help. And we spin it, and it's custom, and each real estate agent can customize it their own way to fit their personality, but it's all automated for them. And then it starts a drip campaign. And we try to stay away from emails, and we try to focus on text messages, because everybody 100 times a day, the most responsive piece of technology you can send their way is a text message, second to an email in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because we get so many emails now, and it's just like saturation city. So the text messaging thing is really cool. So how important do you think putting in that initial time to build that pipeline for those automations is going to pay out in dividends? Like how much time did you put in for the payout?
It really wasn't that much time putting in to really hook up the technology, because Homestack, you guys have your support team. It was really cool and easy for me to go, okay, hey, I'm thinking about Zapier integration. What do you think about X, Y, and Z? And I always had somebody in your structure that would be like, oh, try this, or oh, hey, go see this person. And we just played with different technologies. We sat through a couple demos, and that was cool. The real money spend for me, and from a time perspective, was sitting with the type of branding and messaging I wanted to send out, not only via social media around the app, but also around the drip campaigns, because everybody's got some way to continue to get their feelers out to you from a marketing perspective. We wanted it to be customized to the agent, and we wanted it to be customized to the brand, so that the messages you're sending out actually have value. So we didn't take any of the form stuff that's out there. A lot of people just download a CRM, pick a drip campaign, and move on.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be personalized messages from us to you that have value. So we use it as an educational tool. Even if you don't ever buy a home with us or trade, a property with us, or we're just somebody, at least we're sending something that has information you can use. It's not just a sales pitch.
Yeah, that's so cool. So how important is your branding, the consistency and everything that carries out through everything that you do? Because you guys have a really strong brand. Like when you see that black, when you see that gold and that crown, like it all ties together.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a learning curve. So for me, social media wasn't my strong suit. As short as like 3 or 4 months ago, really, is when I started to feel like, okay, I know enough to know what I don't know now. But
and you're killing it on social media.
We're doing okay. It's still a growth thing, but one of the things I'll tell you, there's some great cheat codes that I'll give away for free that I think every real estate agent should do, and it sounds intimidating.
Give us your info.
Buying the app and setting it up is not enough. You need to co-brand yourself with the technology, because that's just one extra quiver in your set of tools that you can use to really market yourself as different than the next real estate agent. And you also are branding yourself in a way that is really, really key and different with technology today. So you'll see, you go to our website, it's on every single page, you'll see a reference to the app. If you go to our social media, you will see constant reminders, hey, download the app. We created videos around it, but a couple cheat codes that I think every real estate agent should do, whether you go to Canva, whether you go to Adobe Spark, whatever your creative platform is of choice. These sound intimidating. They're not. They're really user friendly. You can drag and drop everything. What I tell everybody is come up with 3 to 5 basic posts that look similar. One should be a motivational quote or a tweet quote, if that's what you want to do. One should be, some kind of pictures of real estate, whether it's your home sold or new listings. Another could be just meet the team members or a fun fact about your team. Whatever it is that you can literally change out some of the aesthetic, keep the colors and the theme, and recycle every couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel every other day. No. I think that's something that gets lost in translation. It's like, just take these 3 templates, retweak them, and put them out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to get going, right?
100%. And it's just about getting started. And I think there's a lot of pressure when it comes to things like Instagram, which is probably the most prominent social media platform right now. People have this pressure to post every single day. And one of the things you'll notice with my social media is I've actually scaled back from posting twice a day when I first started, because I thought that's what I had to do, to literally posting 2 to 3 times a week. That's enough. People don't want to be, they don't want to be hit over the head with your content. They just want a little bit. And frankly, the algorithm actually prefers that. So as a realtor, if you're selling 1 or 2 homes a month, that's one of your posts right there. Brand it, put it up, let people know that you're out there doing business. One of the biggest issue I always see with people when it comes to branding their product is, I don't know what to say, or I don't know where to start. And it's like, go back and look at every social media platform that we have. Our Black Crown Realty page at Black Crown on Instagram is a great source. You can go down and you can actually see how we've changed the aesthetic, and we've kind of evolved over time. We started off very rough.
That live and learn. You kind of just have to learn by doing with this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And people forget that Instagram and social media, it's a living business card. So if your living business card is out there, you've got to advertise who you are. And if you are a Homestack client and you have a branded app, your social media, your living business card should match that app. And the app is so custom. B1976B, that's the gold color I use. I know it for everything.
Those hex codes, baby. Yeah, I love saying that the social media is the peanut butter to the app's jelly, because it's you get people in on the social media, and then you get them into your app, and then you can keep going on that journey together. So it's kind of works hand in hand. Yeah. That's so cool. So what are the top 3 ways that you get people to download your app? What will be in your top 3 marketing methods?
Top 3 marketing methods are definitely verbal. One of the things that we did, I think that's been really, really powerful. The second is we actually use that on our sign. So if we have a sign in front of a property, our QR code, the app icon, and the download on Google app and the Amazon store, those are all there on the top of our sign, and they're very clearly displayed. And I want people to get used to going, okay, this is the way of the world. And one of the unknown, fallout things of the pandemic is everybody got really used to QR codes again all of a sudden, and they became all sorts of popular. Well, having that on your sign is super critical, especially when I tell people the third thing, I'm not going to give you a physical piece of marketing material anymore. I'm going to tell you it's in the app. So if you're standing in front of a property that we're at, and we have an open house at, you come in, you see that sign, you scan the sign, you download our app, and guess what? That property and all the information you need comes up in our app right there physically in the property, because it's the closest property you have next to you because you're in it. And it's just a seamless integration. It's really hard. It's really difficult for someone to beat that experience with anything else you're doing in real estate if they don't know you.
And that's the way the world is going. The industry's going. QR codes are everywhere, like you said. It's as the industry moves and as the world moves, you got to be able to keep up with it. And having those QR, I mean, before COVID, I think people were like, what's a QR code? And now they're like, menu at the bank. It's just nobody wants to touch anything. You just scan and you expect the information to pop up on your phone. So
yeah, but
that's
go
really
to go to an
cool.
open house still, and you'll see like these stacks of business cards
Oh,
on the
God.
counters. You're like, are we in 1980, people? This is not good. And
Get out
it's
of
just
1980, people.
yeah, it's not the way of the world, you know. And it's at some point the beauty in the app is that it continues to evolve and it continues to grow. And as it continues to grow, it allows me to send out alerts to our clients too, that are really, you know, kind of a fun experience. So I'll send out a direct alert to our clients anytime we're in the news, anytime we do something that's awesome, or you would bring on somebody
Yeah, the
new
custom
in an
push.
area. Yeah, I'll push the information out to them, and then you'll see an automatic kind of response, because now not only is your agent messaging you via text message, but you're also getting those messages in the app to things that may be relevant to what you're doing. So we try not to over abuse it, but it just
Yeah,
gives you
yeah.
that real estate that's just so vital on a phone.
That's amazing, Chris. That's really cool. Yeah, so where can people follow you, find you, see your videos, download your app? What are your handles?
I'm pretty easy to find personally, and I respond to as many people as I can, almost everybody that I can think of, unless you're trying to spam and sell me something, probably won't get a response. It's at Chris Naghibi. My last name is N as in Nancy, A as in Apple, Ghibi. The app is Black Crown Realty. You can download it everywhere. Homestack's made sure of that for me. In the real estate company, obviously the same thing. Look us up, take a look at the technology. If anybody has any questions, just reach out and ask. I'm an open book. This is not trade secret information. I'll share anything.
And he is pretty hysterical on Instagram too, very entertaining, along with the info, which I think is the magic sauce to Chris. Thank you for being with us here today and dropping your knowledge. And we will follow along with you. And happy to be on this Homestack journey with you.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.